Howdy, Redesert Boy here. Hey, I think a while back, I was talking about kind of concealed carry dilemma. I was trying to figure out what I should use for my concealed carries, and of course, summertime is usually a little different than winter, but generally, I would say that I'm kind of more consistent with what I like to carry. And, unless I go outside the city where I'm more in the wilderness or something, I think I had shown, for example, the Rossi 44 Special as kind of an alternative for when I'm out somewhere that might also have a load that was a little better if I was, out in the woods or something like that. But in general, I've kind of come to the conclusion about, what I'm going to carry. And I did take both of these guns to the range here recently, and things went very well. I just made a video on one of them, and the other one I didn't make a video on. I just kind of went out there to see how I was still shooting it, and it was still really nice results. So let's take a look at those, what I've decided. So I think most of you are pretty familiar with the Smith & Wesson 637 that I have. This is an enhanced action performance center one. It's got a very nice trigger pull on it with the extended grips. Very nice gun, 5 rounds, right? 38 special plus P. Of course, this is a newer one. And one of the nice things about it is that it just has that nice, clean, travel of the action when you pull the trigger in double action. And, it's got this nice extended grip. And so it works very well for me. So this one will still remain as part of one of my key carries. Now, what was the other one that I decided should go into that? Well, I think that I ran across this Colt Agent, right? I really like the Colt Detective Special. It is a little heavy at 21 ounces, right? But this Colt, this here Colt Agent, right, which is also unloaded, has a 2-inch barrel. It's a slightly longer barrel, and it's 38 special. I only plan on using 38 special with it, but it has 6 rounds, and that's kind of nice, and it's only 14 ounces. And that parkerized finish, and I was surprised at how well it shot. I shot primarily the 90 grain Hornady FTX light, but also it handled the 110 grain fine. The Smith & Wesson 637, when I took it to the range, I shot 110 grain FTX plus P, 38 special plus P. So kind of gives me one that's a little more robust with one less round, but nice grip, and is also light at about 14.6 ounces. But then it also gives me this option with having 6 rounds. So the Colt Agent will be one of the ones, along with the 637, probably the Agent more so than the other one, as being my, primary carry for most of the time. So, and what's some of the nice things about it? Well, there's different ways you can reload them. Both of them have, HKS speed loaders. This one's a DS, this one's a HKS 36 for the 637 and the DS for this. But I really like these Zeta6 speed loaders. This is the K-Clip, which fits both the K frames and D frames, Colts, K frames, Smith & Wessons, and then this J-Clip for the 637, right? I like those. They're easy to use, and there's no twisting, pulling, or any of that. And then for tactical reloads for the Agent, the K-Pak2 or the K-Pak, which gives you a chance to kind of do a 3 and 3, as a tactical reload or a full reload. And then I like having the Sym-Strip, right, which is kind of like 2-1-2 in a way for tactical reloads or a full reload. Or in this case, this one here is a J-Pak, which is for the Smith & Wesson J-frame. So, there's a lot of options with them as far as holsters go. DeSantis makes a great holster. I've shown you before for the Colt Agent, and I did get a Nemesis pocket holster, but I also have a Nemesis pocket holster for the J-frame, and you can see it is smaller than the other one, you know, because it's a little bit smaller. I also like using this Blade Tech holster inside the waistband, but I also really like this particular DeSantis, the Flex 2.0 with the ammo carrier, and this, I can fit this in here, and it works very well for having reload with me. And that's a DeSantis holster for the Smith & Wesson 637. So that's going to be my solution for concealed carry. And I did get pocket holster for the P365 380 with red dot, and I'm not completely, I mean, I don't say I'm not completely at ease. I think I need more practice with maybe carrying that. Having a striker fired one, in this case it has a safety, makes me a little more comfortable. That's just me. But I also have a Azula pocket holster for my 380 Walther PPKS. So I also have a couple of semi-automatic pocket carry options as well. But for me, I'm going to stick with revolvers, probably sometimes pocket carry. But as I get to where, you know, we get more into winter, it will be probably my outside the waistband ones more often than not. I may see if Blade Tech makes ones for the Colt Agent and Colt Detective Special, because they pretty much are the same. Then that still leaves me, you know, going to the Colt Detective Special if I want a little heavier gun, or if I want a lighter one with 22 Magnum, I go to the Smith & Wesson 351 PD, you know, and 22 Magnum with 7 rounds that will fit all the J-frame holsters. So that's a nice thing if you get guns that fit multiple holsters, you know, same, you know, maybe different guns, but they're the same design. It makes it kind of handy. So just wanted to share that with you. And as Reed Ezra Boy always says, be safe out there, whatever you're doing. Bye now.